Hello and welcome. Today's practice is all about getting into some shapes that's going to be comfortable for your lower back. So if you're having problems with your lower back, then this little series of warming up exercises will really help you either warm your body up for the day or wind your body down at the end of the day. I'm going to start in a supported child's pose. So I have my bolster propped up by a block. You can see that other block there and a blanket on top. You can dismiss any of these. For me, this feels really good for my lower spine. It's a real gentle way to open things up. I'm going to take the knees wide. If you have sensitive knees, you can always wedge a blanket underneath the knees and then sit back down on that blanket is another option. And kind of really allowing for those blocks to be well underneath you. And start to rest your body down. You can rest your cheek to one side. Just let your arms relax as much as you can. Just rotating the palms up to the sky is a nice way to just soften down the shoulders. And just let the eyes become nice and heavy. And just getting into the shape. We'll be here for about a minute's time, so just settle in. Just let go. You're welcome to stay here a little longer if that feels good right now. If you do want to join me on that next little bit of movement, we're just going to slowly press ourselves up. Just taking your time to get there. Just sit back on the heels if that feels good. You can always sit on top of something just below your bum. Just take a moment to roll back the shoulders. Just notice what showed up for you today so far. I'll just remove those props for one moment. I'm going to come on to standing up. So just starting to lift the hips, walk your feet closer in, and if you need to feel supported or you want the ground to come a little bit closer towards you, you can always place hands on top of your blocks. If you have tight hamstrings, this is a good place to be as well. And I just invite you to let your head hang nice and heavy. Tuck your chin in, and I'm feeling a lot of sensation in my lower back. You might feel it wherever you're tightest, so that could be the lower back, could be your hamstrings, back of the legs. Know that those blocks are there to support you so that you can just melt in. Now I've got quite long limbs and my hamstrings are pretty open, so it does feel good for me to just let everything go. But know for you, if you need those blocks, they're just right there for you. Just take time here to settle in. You can have a bend in the knees. So if those hamstrings are pretty tight, I recommend that you bend your knees quite a lot here, and that will just help us focus on opening up through the length of the spine. Spend a few moments here settling in. Make sure your head is definitely relaxed. We'll take our time to roll all the way up. So slowly just bring hands to shins or thighs or both. We're eventually going to creep up anyway. Keep that little bend through the knees. Just really slowly press yourself all the way up to stand and just roll your shoulders back once you get to the top. All right, and take a nice big inhale to reach the arms up nice and high. Grab a hold of your right wrist and just give it a little tuck and lean over to that left side. Your feet can be that little bit wider apart. Little soft bend through the knees and just gaze upwards to the sky. It's going to help you open up your shoulder as well here. Finding length down the side of your right body. Maybe let eyes hang heavy. And then just slowly come back through center. Grab a hold of your left wrist, give it a tug, and lean over to the right. Just let your head be relaxed in your arm. Keep that soft bend through the knees. That's just helping you find space without causing any impingement on your knee joints. And then just slowly coming back through center, reach arms high, still with that soft bend through the knees. Cactus, open your arms and just lean back any amount that feels good. We'll reach arms up nice and high, then really slowly forward fold. Keep that softness in the knees, maybe hands find blocks or towards the ground, and just let your head relax once again. From here, we're going to bring our feet closer together and then start to bend the knees, lift your heels, and then curl up like a little ball. So that could be wrapping both hands around your legs. You can always place one hand on the ground to support you or one hand on a block. And just tuck your chin in and just allow yourself to just relax here. Feeling the length of the spine get a little longer as you bring space there. And slowly make our way onto all fours. So just gently send the knees back. Maybe having a blanket underneath the knees just to support your knees. I'm going to bring hands onto the ground, underneath the shoulders. I'm going to find some soft cow and cat. So with the tilt of the pelvis, we're going to tilt the pelvis upwards and just melt your belly to the ground. So I've got a baggy t-shirt on today, but we want to think about lifting the hips, letting the belly drop, rolling the shoulders back, gaze is forward. And then exhale to round the spine. So tucking the tailbone under, gazing down between the thighs and just relax your head, shake it out. Take a few more of those, but just acknowledge how it feels for you. So I know in my back, if I feel the squeeze of those lower discs together at the bottom, I don't like that. So I'm going to focus on rounding the spine and getting that shape a little bit bigger. So you just explore which variation you want to invite more space to. And then we'll just slowly find a stillness, so nice flat spine, and then walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Keep the hips high, even walking fingertips away, and then just send the hips back as though you're kind of melting your chest like in a downward dog shape. Just let your head relax between your arms. And slowly come back up. We'll take it to the other side. Let's come all the way back up. All right, we're going to take a seat. Sit back on heels. You can find a cross-legged position. All right, if you are on your knees, you can always place a block underneath your sit bones, if that feels better. Roll back the shoulders. And just finding some more space through the side body. You're going to inhale to reach your arms up high and then float that right hand down by your side and lean over to the right, just any amount. Now this side is my tightest side, so I'm not going to go too far. I'm going to bend that right elbow and just reach as far as you can with that left arm. Just gently come back through center, reach your arms up high, slide that left hand down by your side, bend into the left elbow as you lean over to the left. This is my side that I want to open a little more, so I'm going to reach that tiny bit further to create that space. So if your body is telling you you need it a little deeper on one side, just maybe give it to your body. All right, come back through center, reach arms high. Let's cactus open the arms, lift through the heart. Reach arms high. Let's bring hands all the way back down towards the heart. And just give yourself some gratitude today as you soften down the eyes. Let's take some cleansing breaths to end today's practice. Bring space into the length of the spine. Let's breathe in through the nose, fill up. Long exhale out your mouth, let it go. Big breath in. Big breath out. Alright friends, that was our really short kind of loosening up the lower spine practice. Come into this as much as you can, first thing in the morning or last thing in the day. Even these little few moments of goodness can really support your body and your mind. Alright, thank you.